I've got an answer to your problem, but we got lots of problems in this morning's class when we're doing bent over dumbbell rows, when we're doing deadlifts, a lot of postural problems in the thoracic area of the spine, and I'm huge on spine issues, right? Because I've got one, right? I'm missing part of one. So it's super, super important for me to share with you guys a couple like how-tos and two, how to fix it, right? Like how we should be doing it the proper way for bent over rows, the proper way for deadlifts, guys, because this one, like, it can hurt you. Like, if you're not using your muscles and if you don't have a neutral spine, you could end up pulling with your vertebrae, and that's how we end up in the ER with like a bulging disc, herniated disc, a blown out back, and then you think deadlifts are bad and bent over rows are bad and exercise is bad and strength training is bad, and I'm here to tell you it's not. Gives you lots of muscles, it helps you like get super, super strong. So I've got a few eyeballs on here. I'm also filming this so I can play it back later in my group for you guys again and again and again. But first things first, most of the time, guys, we are sitting, I hope you guys can see me okay on the live feed up here. We are rounded in this position. We're on our cell phones, we're driving in the car bent over, we're walking on our cell phones, we're sitting at a desk all day, guys, and you don't realize how damaging that is. And without you even knowing it, we always round our shoulders forward. So one of my most favorite ways to teach my clients like how to fix this, right, is to have that song when we were kids, head, shoulders, knees, and toes, right? So I want that in everybody's mind right now. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes, whatever that song was. I want you to remember that I need your body parts to line up, your joints to line up. I need your shoulders in line with your hips. I need your hips in line with your knees in line with your ankles, right? And then when we're neutral still, even in this position, right, guys? You want to think about being neutral all the time as most as you possibly can. That even makes sense anyways. So everything should line up, right? My shoulders are in line with my hips are in line with my knees are in line with my ankles, my toes and knees always point forward. So you want to make sure that like we're not rounding at all or standing right here. You even catch your kids doing it. Stand up straight like your mama says, right? So make sure that right here, always err on the side of chest proud. So I say, speak with authority, stand with confidence, right? So go from here to here. And it's really not that easy. That's why I'm going to show you some banded work that you can do. But especially when we're doing deadlifts and we're doing a hinge at the hip and we're doing rows, a lot of you guys, I see you're putting weight in your hand, guys, and you're pulling like this. Can you just, and then you've got your head up and your neck, and most of us are doing it like this, or we're on the bench and we're still kind of pulling bent over. We're doing deadlifts bent over because we think if we can touch our toes, it's great, right? And it's not. I'm gonna move this back just a little bit so you can see. Because just because we can get down here, right, guys, when you've got weight in your hand, you need that back to be flat, right? You need to stick your booty out, stretch through the hamstrings and the backs of the legs, pull your belly button in nice and tight, and most of all, keep your spine neutral. So you don't want it up here, right? You don't even want to be looking this way at me. That's what I always tell my clients, to listen for my voice. Don't be worried about looking at me when we stand up. So how are we going to fix this? First of all, we got to do a little dance, right, guys? So most of you guys, when you're rounding here, it's really not that hard. Don't make fun of me, but this is super cool. You're just going to put your hands right here, guys, on your thighs. And you've really got to work on rounding the back up, right? Like stretch out the scapula, and then you're going to press it under. So up and under, right? That's going to be the first one. It's like totally old school 80s aerobics here, warm up. But it's going to be the best one for you to learn how to go from this position to correcting yourself and rolling back. So I really just want you to practice these exercises of pressing up and pressing down, pressing up and pressing down. You're going to practice that a few times until you catch yourself. The other one is going to be actually rolling the shoulders back and rolling the shoulders forward. Roll the shoulders back and then roll the shoulders forward. And you will start to catch yourself and become aware when you go down in that position, right, to do your dumbbell rows or to do your deadlifts, that you don't go right here automatically. And if you do a lot of the times, here's the other quick fix. Drop weight. If you're using 20s, go to 15s. If you're using 15s, go to 12s, right? Like, there's no sense in doing heavier weight and risk getting injured and doing it wrong and training your body wrong, right? And making it worse before you actually are doing anything good. So that's the first one right there, guys. So this good cat stretch, push it up and push down, up and down, and then think about being in this position, rolling your shoulders back and rolling your shoulders forward, rolling your shoulders back. Because a proper dumbbell row, we were doing doubles this morning, so I'm going to show you guys. We were bent over here and we were pulling 3 times, and then we were dropping down to a deadlift, and then we were rising up, okay? You also want to make sure when you drop into that deadlift that you push your booty back and you hinge at the hip, almost like you're taking a bow, right? So you can put one hand here on your belly and one hand behind your back and work on just hinging. Like, nothing from the belly button down is moving. I'm hinging right here at the hips and coming up. My knees aren't bending, my shoulders aren't going forward. Everything is staying head, shoulders, knees and toes, head, shoulders, knees and toes, just like you were in kindergarten again, okay? So that's gonna be the first one, right? As soon as you start to round here, guys, you gotta drop weight, check yourself, roll it back. And the other one that I'm gonna show you before, I'm gonna show you how to strengthen that area so that we can get stronger, because a lot of times it's just weak, right? Like, when we have bad posture because we're not working on strengthening, we're doing this the entire time because we're always on our phone or we're on our computers or we're driving in the cars, right? So when we do start to round, you guys want to do your deadlifts like this. You get there, you go to about here, and then you just want to drop and hang like you're touching your toes right here, and you're just completely rounded over like a wet noodle. That's no good, because then when you pull up, you're going to end up pulling something in the lumbar region most likely, okay? And then that's where we get herniated disc, bulging discs. Then you guys end up, you know, icing it, muscle relaxers, doctor bills, MRIs, CAT scans, all that stuff. And I'm telling you, from someone who's literally missing this part of her spine, like, does not exist, is not there, it's gone, been removed, right? You can do deadlifts without getting hurt. You can do deadlifts to strengthen your low back, to strengthen your glutes and your hamstrings, right, guys? And your core. Like, this is your core region. It's not just abdominals, all right? So what we're gonna do here, guys, and you're picking up here to do a double dumbbell row, right? From this position, I'm making sure that my shoulders are staying right in line as I'm pulling up and bringing them down. Sliding the elbow up, I'm leading with the elbow, and then I'm dropping it down. Now, you can also use the bench like I have right here. Use the whole entire bench to brace yourself. Stick your booty out, and then you're going to pull up and down. This is really good for beginners just starting out right here. You don't want to be all over the place. You don't want to be pulling like this, right? And you still don't want to be rounding, right? Long spine all the way from my tailbone up to the base of my neck. Big pull right here. That is the proper way to do it. So check yourself at home. Make sure that you're not rounding. And the last one would be to make sure you're not coming too far back on that deadlift when you stand up. If you squeeze your booty, right, if you drop it down, again, hinge at the hip, shoulders are back, you stand all the way up. Squeeze your booty, right? If you do that, it's gonna lock out so that everything is nice and neutral, spine is straight, right? Shoulders are back. We're not gonna end up hyperextending. That's the other one. If you're pulling too much weight and we do this, boom, we're gonna be in the doctor's office again, okay? And I know what it's like to be hurt and injured and in pain, so I don't want that for you guys. So what are we gonna do about it? First, we're gonna practice those little exercises that look like 80s dance moves, right? I know y'all got another word for it, but I'm not gonna go there today, okay? I want you to work on rolling your shoulders forward and rolling your shoulders back. You're just forward and then retracting back. And you can even do it standing up, right? They're forward here. I just need you to work on rolling them back. Forward and rolling back. Every time you're sitting at your desk, you get up from your desk, you're driving in a car, I want you to be aware in your head. Yes, like, hit yourself in the head, because you're gonna be that old person that's hunchback or that has that neck that is protruding if we don't work on this now. Think and be aware. Think, I need to be neutral. Am I neutral? I need to be neutral. It's super hard to do because we're just meant to be moving and so busy all the times, right, guys? So here's how we're gonna fix it. If you have a serious problem, right? serious spine issue, postural issue, you're really rounding at your shoulders. And I would say I yelled at like 9 out of 12 of the people this morning were rounding. Even some of my most like awesome A rock star, like A game clients still do this. And it's okay if you're like fatigued and and then you're gonna drop the weight, but it's not okay to do it again and again and again and again so that you end up getting hurt. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna fix it. We're gonna get one of these little bands, right? Like they're so cheap on Amazon. I've got like 50 or 60 of these because I like to torture my people with them. But which is funny because Crystal, you're gonna bring one Saturday, I'm gonna make you use it. So one of these little resistance bands or TheraBand, whatever you have, guys. The first one we're just gonna work on, put it here between your hands. And I just like it here so that we're not on a death grip with our fingers, right? And I just want you to work on pulling back. That's it, that's all we gotta do. How many do you do? I don't care until you're freaking tired, until you can't do anymore. I just want slow retraction and a pull. I'm already tired and I've done like what, 5 seconds worth? But see, I'm not like all over the place. I'm not some crazy person. Slow and controlled right here at this angle. It's gonna train those back muscles to be strong, to pull your chest up and hold back. I also want you to do it down low where your elbows are gonna come out this way, right? So you've got some down here, like right above your belly button. Then we've got some up here. We've got some palms up, right? That's it. And then I'm gonna have you do some above your head where we're here, right? And we're just gonna retract down. We're not doing a full lat pull down, okay? We're just here, and it's a little scapula pull down. Little pull down, you'll see. Little pull down. I'm gonna say it one more time, little pull down, because y'all are actually watching. Right here, right? That's all you've gotta do to work. Just a little bit. Big pull, and even from here, big pull right here. Squeeze the back muscles, squeeze the muscles along the spine. We want them to be super strong. The one thing that saved me was that I did my PT work. I listened to my physical therapist and I did it again and again and again, and then I asked for more. So these guys right here are really gonna help you work on, when we get in this position, to go down and do a row, that you actually know how to do it. And that's one of the other things you can do with this band here as well. I think you can see me in this position. You can work on rowing as well with the bands, okay? Not for strength training, right? But think of it as therapy. Think of it as resistance. I mean, it is strength training, it is resistance training, but not to put on size, not to burn body fat, not to burn calories. This is to just work on your posture, your alignment, to get you straight so that we stop making stupid mistakes when we are lifting 50 pounds and 30 pounds, whatever it is that you are lifting. Does that make sense, guys? Hope that makes sense. So one more time, work right here. I want you to retract down and up. Little tight baby squeezes right here. I'm a little too close. I'll drop it down, I'm only 5'2". But you see, this would be a full like lat pull down, and that's all crazy all over the place. Don't be that, right? So we're here, baby pull down. And you notice I'm not using my fingers. A little bit of a retraction, up, squeeze. Just keep squeezing. Try it at home with the little bands. It hurts, like after 10 seconds, no joke, it hurts. And then I want you to do it in different angles. I want you to do it right here. And you'll see it's not a big range of motion, it's not a big movement, right? And then I also want you to do it here. Another good one, I can't really demonstrate here today, is cut one of these in half, tie it on, right, to like a pole or something that's not gonna come off. So let's say it's tied on and you would just pull back a little bit. Not like a full range of motion, but let's say that this is tied onto a pole. You would do a little bit of a retraction this way from this angle, okay? And that's all we really gotta do to correct the rounding of the shoulders. Other than most of you, I can guarantee, if you start connecting your mind with your muscles when you're moving, get off your damn to-do list, quit worrying about everybody else, and actually start listening to your body and thinking about it and what it's doing while we're exercising, right? Half my people were asleep this morning, and I get it because it was 5:30 in the morning. But if you connect your body with your brain, guys, you'll fix mistakes like that. It's that easy, okay? So a lot of the times, it's just this. That, and we think that we're a lot stronger than what we really are, because if you're rounding and the weight's pulling you, you're not that strong. You need to drop weight so you can pull back. So everybody practice. No, we're not twerking, right? Up and down. And that was for Melissa Aldain, because I saw you come on and you putting on some kind of rap music in the background and I'm gonna wanna start dancing with you. I'm totally kidding, but not really. I hope this helps, all right? One more time, I'm gonna go through it for the people that are just now coming on. We are working on correcting your posture for dumbbell rows and deadlifts. And how we do that, guys, one is to get stronger with the resistance bands. Just work on scapular retraction here. I'm just squeezing, small motion, that sexy line down my back, right? Super sexy all the way down to the scar. I love it, right? And then up here as well, all different angles. There's no right or wrong here. It's just really being able to strengthen these muscles so they're strong enough to hold you up high with confidence and authority that we're not rounding forward. When you're on your cell phone, get off your cell phone. But two, when you are on it, make sure, like, correct yourself. Do you see your kids like this and you see yourself like this on your phone? Correct yourself, bring awareness to your body and think head, shoulders, knees and toes, head, shoulders, knees and toes. Are all my joints, my major joints lined up? When we're in full plank position, I always ask you guys to line up your wrists with your shoulders, right? This is always in this position, right? Not always, but 90% of the time we're working here unless we're doing something funky, okay? Hips are in line with the shoulders. Hips are in line with the knees. Knees are in line with the ankles. Just remember the song. That was my other tip. And then the last one, which you just saw me coming on, would be to roll the shoulders forward and roll them back. I just want you to get in to this habit so that when you start to do this, you go, uh-oh, I'm supposed to be doing this, right? And again, of course, your head is neutral so that you're not looking up. I mean, take a peek at your sexy muscles so you got some motivation and keep doing it. But I need you to keep your head down. We always want to be looking at ourselves in the mirror while we training, right? Which is important because I want you to see like body mechanics and everything lining up together, but I don't want you straining that neck for too long either because that spine is connected. I'm telling you right now, so many problems are associated with postural issues, tight muscle issues. And then the last tip, I've got to find it. I'm going to go real quick, I promise, real quick. This is one of my last tips for helping you. Get one longer than this, right? This is just a simple foam roller. It's like 12 bucks on Amazon, if that, all right? And what I want you to do, I'm not gonna do it on the video right now. Normally we foam roll this way, right? So like it's this way on our bodies. I want you to lay on it long ways like this, down your spine. Now I actually have a spine kind of contraption thing that I lay on multiple times throughout the week, if not day. But this can help open up, right, those muscles along the spine. If you lay on it this way, right, up and down your back right here, just lay. Just let it hang just like this with this along your spine. Not like a T, but in line, right? Does that make any sense? I hope it is. If you can lay on that, just let your body relax and hang. That is going to help open up as well so that we're not rounding forward too much, okay? Anyways, those are my tips. I had a bunch of clients this morning messing up on bent over rows, and then I had somebody actually send me a video, which was super cool because we do everything virtual now, so I can still correct you. And I yelled, I think, as somebody this morning, she knows who she is, but she corrected herself. When I say yell, I don't mean yell, but y'all know I mean yell. So I was able to correct her even digitally like this, and she fixed it in a snap like that. So most of you guys can, that's my other half, that's my daughter, my mini-me. Most of you guys can correct it with just a simple, oh my God, where am I? I'm not even physically right here present in the moment while I'm training my body with a bunch of heavy weights. Sounds kind of like texting while driving, right? Stupid to do. So guys, you're attaching 50 pounds, 30 pounds, 40 pounds to your body and training with it. Be in the moment, right? Like that's the only way that you're gonna get stronger. It's the only way that you're gonna get better at it, all right? And I wanna help you injury-free, right? Plus I wanna help your mobility. So let's roll it, let's work it, use the bands, use the roller just to lay on it like this. And practice. Feel free to shoot me a video of you doing it and I will send you back my feedback, all right? Sherry Bouchard, I want you to send me another video of you doing it. You did good until you got to here, right? So until we got to where we want to touch our toes, guys, roll the shoulder back, right? You're here, roll it back. And I'll do it with weights in my hands. They're pulling me forward. I've got to adjust and pull back. They're rounding forward. I'm gonna adjust and pull back. Try it with the weights. See the difference. If you come up, stick your booty out, and then pop back up, right? Same thing with the rows. Pull and release. Even if you're doing one at a time, same thing. The shoulders are rounded forward. You're probably gonna go right about here, But if they're pulled back, you're gonna get better range of motion as well. So you'll be able to tell, but you gotta pay attention. It's really all it is. Most of us aren't present. So I hope this helps somebody. Body mechanics, head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Peace out, guys. I'll see y'all at 6 p.m. for some combat. Have a great day. I hope this helps save somebody back pain. Peace out.